How you doing? I'm Fernando, the explicit NV1, YouTube.com. I've been getting a lot of requests from people, a lot of emails, and people want to know what kind of materials I'm going to be using and how I'm going to do this paint job on this guitar. Well, think of this as part one of maybe 3-part series. Maybe 3 or 2 parts. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing... Turn the fucking radio off. What I'm going to be doing is showing you what kind of materials you need, how you're going to paint this, and, well, basically how you want to customize it, or what kind of materials that I suggest you could put in or to make it your own, or if you want to do an exact Eddie replica, you go right ahead and get what you got to get. First things first, the most important part of this. The most important part of this process, a guitar. Now you can either go to warmoth.com, that's warmoth.com, and you can either order a body or the neck or both. Either one, it's up to you. Bodies and necks usually cost around $200 to $300 for bodies, or $100 to $200 for necks. This is a guitar that I had previously. I received this in 2002 as a birthday present. It was my first electric guitar, and now I just fucked it up, and I'm going to paint it all up. This is what it looks like after sanding. I'm going to sand the horns down on Saturday, which is tomorrow, July 14th. But this is the body. It doesn't matter if I cleaned out the cavities. The cavities are going to get painted over so I could get that nice worn look. Now, what you're going to need, either need paint primer if you want it, and wood seal. You can buy that at any hardware store after you sand it. But if you really want a nice worn look, just leave it the way it is. Just sand it down, sand it completely, all the paint off, and just spray over it like that. Just paint over it. I got these hooks, because this is what Ed has on his guitar. I saw the Frankenstrat and Sam Ash the other day, and I just stood there for an hour and a half fucking drooling. So, you got these little screw-eye strap locks. I don't know if you can see those right here. And I got rope tied around it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang this from a tree in my friend's backyard from the strap locks. So yeah. Number 2, something else that's incredibly crucial to this project. Sandpaper. If you have a paint job on your guitar and you want to repaint it, you need sandpaper. Aluminum oxide sandpaper is the best sandpaper you can buy. It comes in different grits. Just one pack like this. I bought it for $1. $1. I'm going to say that again. $1. But this is good shit. I started off with a piece of shit 120 grit sandpaper. I got nothing done on the first day. The second day, this came with an 80 grit sandpaper. I was already half done. And it comes with about 4 sheets of each grit. The most important part here to painting your guitar is paint. I use spray paint. You can use automobile paint, any type of paint you want. I use spray paint, not only any spray paint, I use Crayon. Available at hardware stores near you. If you're going to do the classic Eddie Van Halen, which is the original Strat that he made, you're going to want black, white, and a lacquer finish, clear. Now if you want to go all out and hit them with the Frankenstrat design, you're going to need black, white, red, and clear. These cans of paint cost $6 each. If I were you, I'd go with the black and white design, or black and yellow, which is the one shown right about now. And we're back. Funny thing about that guitar was actually placed in Dimebag Darrell's coffin. Not a replica either. The actual guitar that Ed built himself. Dimebag Darrell was a big fan. We miss Dimebag Darrell. Rest in peace, my friend. Okay, So now that we got the three basic things, now that we got, four basic things: the guitar, the sandpaper. No, I was right the first time. 3. Guitar, sandpaper, and paint. Here's a little something else you might need to do. Well, you're gonna need to do this. Masking tape. I suggest you go with this Scotch 3M blue painter's tape. This is the best tape you can buy. You can get all your stripes out through this one little roll. Something else you're going to need is this right here. An X-Acto knife. This knife is going to help you cut out I almost said littler. It's going to help you cut out smaller stripes in order for you to create your guitar. So now that I've given you some basic materials that you're going to need, you're wondering, hey, but what about hardware for the guitar? Not just for painting it. Actual hardware. Okay. What you're going to need is a pick guard. I went with this one for the simple fact that I'm not building the black and white Strat. I'm building the red, white, and black, the Frankenstrat. If I were building the black and white Frankenstrat, the EVH signature, I would not have these 3 holes here. I would just have one humbucker here. But I don't really give 2 shits. This is a 1961 Strat pick guard, just to let you know. This does not fucking fit on my guitar whatsoever. That doesn't really matter because the holes match up here. And all I really need is this middle hole right here, so that way I can put my volume knob in. The parts where it's taped off are the edges on where I'm going to cut it with a jigsaw to give it that Frankenstrat feeling. Something else I'm buying, I purchased for this guitar, is the Marzio Turbo Hot PAF pickup. This is one of the best Marzio pickups you can buy other than the Joe Satriani pickup. Something I have to buy that's crucial to this guitar is the Floyd Rose tremolo. Without the Floyd Rose, I'm going to be getting thrown out of tune all the time with the Wilkinson that the Strat came with. A 3-pack of volume and tone knobs, not just the metal knobs that controls the volume, the plastic knobs that goes over, not the pot. I'm talking about this. This right here in my hand, if you can zoom in on that. This is what you need. These little pots right here is what controls the volume on the inside. You need to wire this into the pickup and then wire it connected to the claw in the back of the trem system. But this is what's going to be controlling your volume. But what I'm actually talking about are the little white knobs that you see on Stratocasters that you turn. You're going to want a tone knob, especially a tone knob. If you want to go all out authentic EVH, you're going to want a tone knob to throw on top of this, even though this is the volume knob. A 3-way selector or 5 selector. Mine, oops, I just broke the cable. Mine already had it. This is going to be completely useless in the guitar. This is going in the center cavity of the Strat, the same way Ed has it in his. It's completely useless. It doesn't work. He has another pickup. It's a decoy. It doesn't work either. It's not wired. Well, there you have it. Those are some of the things that I'm going to be using on my guitar. If you got any questions, just leave a comment. Leave any questions that you want. If you want to be an asshole, just get the hell off of my page. If you're interested, just let me know. Like I said, if you have any more questions, just let me know. And we're going to paint this sumbitch tomorrow, and I'm going to let you know how it all comes out. Later.